Hey guys, Akil Stokes here. Welcome back to another Trading Edge video, your weekly look around the markets. Got a really good subject to cover today. Got a recent question from a trader talking about, and we're gonna answer that looking at. So before we hop into things, do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't done so already, and make sure you're subscribed. That way you don't miss this video and all of the neat videos that I put out throughout the week. Had a really cool one midweek this past week called Trading the Beast. I think it was that. I could be wrong. But check it out. It was a really, really good one, kind of giving you an inside look at what trading looks like, especially from a swing trading perspective where you don't have to invest as much time as you think, even if you're down on the hourly charts. But today's question came about conflicting signals. And what conflicting signals is basically you're getting different signals and kind of going different directions on the same thing. So for example, let's say we have a buying opportunity on the pound yen. That would mean I'm buying the pound, I'm selling the yen. Let's say I also at the same time have a selling opportunity on the dollar yen. That means I am selling the dollar, buying the yen. You can see in a situation like that, I am buying the yen in one case, I am selling the yen in another case. It doesn't seem like that should align. And the question was, when we find ourselves in that situation, what do? Do we buy? Do we sell? Do we do nothing? Do we sit on our hands? Do we do both? And I love this subject because the Forex market makes it pretty simple. So first and foremost, and we are going to look at opportunities on both of those pairs because I do have a selling opportunity on the dollar. You're going to look at and a buying opportunity on the pound yen to look at. So we'll kind of put this into practical application a little bit later. But the thing I love about the Forex market is that it takes correlations, for the most part, out of the discussion. Because what we're looking at in the market when we look at a chart and an individual pair is an individual battle between X and Y. So if we're looking at the dollar yen, I'm just not looking at what is the yen doing overall, what is the dollar doing overall. I am literally on my chart seeing what the market thinks about the relationship between the dollar and the yen, and which one it thinks is stronger, which one it thinks is weaker, right? So when it comes to trading, all of my information needs to come off of that chart. I don't need to worry about what's happening on a pound yen or a euro yen or a Swiss yen to understand what's happening on the dollar yen. All I need to do is look at the dollar yen. The same thing can go for the dollar index, right? I've done so many podcasts and discussions in the past about how I feel the dollar index is completely worthless in a sense of a trader because it doesn't really tell us much. One, it's 60 something percent or 58 something percent weighted towards the euro, and it doesn't really tell us whether the dollar is strong or weak against a specific currency, only an overall picture and highly weighted towards the euro, right? So that's the first thing we need to remember when we're looking at type of correlations like this. Now, to be fair, I will say this, right? The markets are driven off of fundamentals and technicals, right? I like to think of fundamentals being kind of the driver, technicals being the destination, right? So fundamentals from a longer term perspective are going to tell us kind of bigger, longer term future moves. Technicals are going to tell us the path that it takes to get there. And we all know that even if I'm going from path A to path B, hopefully my fingers are both on camera here, even if I'm going from path A to path B, it doesn't mean that we're going to go straight there. We can kind of ebb and flow, right? We can go up and down and up and down and up and down, right? The path to success isn't linear. Either is the literal path in the markets from price to price. So even if a bigger fundamental outlook is bullish on a specific pair, there are going to be plenty of bearish opportunities to get involved as well. So we need to keep that in mind. Even if a specific fundamental driver is driving you in one direction, it doesn't mean that you necessarily need to pass up on a trade in another direction. And I bring that up too because we're in an interesting situation with kind of both of these pairs here. Again, we're looking at the dollar, the pound, and the yen. We all have big interest rate decisions coming up late July. Now, again, I don't think the dollar is going to do anything, right? Broken record alert. I said that for the last, I don't know how many weeks. I don't think the dollar is going to do anything. Bank of England could cut in July. That is something that could happen. I think it's July. One of them is August 1st. I think Bank of England may be August 1st. So Bank of England could cut rates on August 1st. Bank of Japan could hike rates on July 31st. And then the dollar decision, I think, is July 31st or July 30th as well. I don't think we're going to do anything, but we have these three kind of big monetary policy decisions coming out back to back to back. So things could get interesting end of July, but we're not even in July yet, so let's not even worry about that. So let's look at the charts. We are going to start with the pound yen, and we're going to look at a potential buying opportunity. And we've been doing this to death in the live room. If you haven't been able to join it, please make sure you check it out. Join the recording. It's very helpful. If you want daily reps in the market, doing analysis, answering questions, working on the skills that you need to work on, hop in that live room or watch the recording. And if you're not on the platform, I realize a lot of you guys aren't, it's part of your 14-day trial. So if you get 2 weeks that you're not doing too much, sign up, get into the platform, take some courses, hop into some live rooms, right? Take advantage of as much as you can do during those 14 days. But we've been hammering this 4-step process that I always go over with you guys, IPDE, because it's a simple way to organize your trading. And the 4-step process is identify, predict, decide, execute. We identify what we're doing. Based on what we identify, we can predict our direction and where we're likely to go to a specific price point in that direction. And it tells us which way to trade and which way not to trade. Pretty much, it's as simple as that. And here with the pound yen, you can see that our most recent move here to end, I'm going to go on a daily candle, to end the day and the week was a higher high, higher close. So with me identifying a higher high, higher close over a previous level of structure allows me to predict that price is likely to go higher. So now I need to do some research and ask myself, okay, if price is likely to go higher, where are we likely to go? We're kind of in the middle of no man's land, right? Floating in space and whatever like that. So I need to go back on the weekly to a higher time frame to really understand where are we likely to go to next. And you can see this top line right here, this red line. Here is our next level, our next key level of structure. And again, another easy way to do that is by drawing out your ebbs and flows, right? Foundation course stuff 101, just draw out ebbs and flows. I don't care how big, how small, right, at this point, but draw out ebbs and flows and those points where they reverse, where they go from short to long or long to short. Those are going to be key levels that we need to pay attention to. We know that this is an outside level of structure, aka an important level of structure. So that gives us a destination, a rough destination. We'd go in and dig into more details of this, of course, but a rough destination of where price can go. And we see that we have a massive amount of room here. So what I'm looking for in this situation is going to be trend continuation opportunities, right? There is no resistance standing in the way or minimal resistance standing in the way. So the question that I'm asking myself until we get to that level is how can I get long? How can I get long? How can I get long? And like I said, we can go into more details, go down to a lower time frame at that same area, and we can kind of redefine this point. We'll do fibs and all the fun magic we always do, right? Maybe you put in a more conservative point like right here at the low of this little consolidation zone right here. But you can see even with this, if I snap back to reality, oh, there goes gravity, right? We still have a lot of room to the upside, especially when it comes down to like the daily time frame in a move looking from what 2015 to about 2075, right? Just a mere 600 pips or whatever it is, right? Just, something, nothing major, something light. So we're looking for trend continuation opportunities here on pound yen all week. And this is going to open up the door for some really big potential home run trades. Now we're going to head over to dollar yen. Dollar yen's a little bit the opposite, right? Dollar yen is in the opposite situation. Again, IPDE, identify, predict, decide, execute. Yes, there's an advanced pattern hiding out here, but for you guys that aren't pattern traders, we're in that big nasty intervention range that we had late April, I think it was. I could just look below Akil. Yeah, April 29th, there we go. And we're approaching the highs, right? So we're approaching the high level of resistance here. So I identified that price action has not broken and closed above structure. We are at a current level of structure. Therefore, I cannot predict a move higher unless we violate this level. So that's why you can see I'm looking bullish on pound yen because we did do the thing. I am predicting bearish here on dollar yen or looking for bearish signals here on dollar yen because we didn't do the thing, right? That's a technical term, the thing, right? So what I'd be looking for here is to see how price reacts at this decision point. Right, Hopefully, maybe I can edit it and make it more like bassy and cool, right? Probably not, because I don't really feel like editing this type of thing. Just give it to you raw, right? So this is going to be our decision point, where the market is going to make a decision. Again, if we break and close, violate above it, then just like the pound yen, we're looking for moves up. So I gotta look to the left and see what the higher level of structure is to see if there's potential. But the fact is, we're looking for moves up. If we hold this level, let's say we get up here and we do like a 3-bar reversal, nice little pin bar or something like that. I think I showed you in the shorts, right? The what and the where lining up. Then it's a nice counter trend move back to a lower level of structure for potential shorts. So dollar yen looking shorts, pound yen looking long. Got all this fundamental jazz in the background. Will the yen hike? Half the people are saying, yeah, we're gonna hike. Half the people are saying, no, not yet. Probably not until October. Will the dollar hike? Most people are saying no, not until December. I'm saying no, not at all this year. So all the fundamental jazz aside, because you'll drive yourself crazy trying to make predictions off of that, just look at the technicals, man. The technicals will show you. If price approaches that level, it will tell you whether it wants to break or it will tell you whether it wants to hold. You just have to look for the signs. That's it for this week, guys. Copa America has started. Go USA versus Bolivia on Sunday. Reggae Boys go Jamaica versus Mexico tonight, Saturday. Like this video, subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment. Let me know how you handle these situations where you have mixed signals. Do you take both opportunities? Do you wait for one? Do you take nothing? I'd love to have the discussion in the comment section. That way other traders can read as well, because I'm just one dude with one opinion. Yeah, I got 18 plus years of experience in the market, but it's important to hear different sides of the story, all right? Till next time, plan to trade your plan. Take care.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display.